Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Caribbean lane to chasing a Mary Jane. Chasing a Mary Jane to chasing a Mary Jane. Caribbean lane, cause I really like the way your music is insane. Back with another.
This is a morning with Gikosh, a special edition, because we definitely have the one and only super talented. I'm such a fan. She is super talented. She is gorgeous. She is beautiful. I'm talking about the one and only Brandy Maina, who is in the building. How are you, Brandy?
Hi, Gikosh.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice to have you.
Yeah, it's nice to be here.
You're welcome. I didn't mean come on. But I'm excited to have you. I'm super honored to have you in the building.
I'm also happy to be here.
And how was your night?
It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice.
It was nice. It was nice. Let's start off by finding out, how would you introduce yourself? Who is Brandy Maina?
Brandy Maina is a creative at large. I write songs, I dance, I play instruments, I make my own clothes sometimes. I make hair, I make people's hair. I feel like I'm just a creator. Yeah.
Amazing. Just before we became all of those things, you were born, you went to school. I would love to know that background about where you were born, the schools you went to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was born in Kiambu.
Watu wa Kiambu.
I was born in Kiambu kwa baridi. And then we lived in Isili for a bit, and then we went to Kumba, that's Thika Road, and then went to Ruiru. So I've grown up mostly in Gumba. I grew up there. I went to school. I went to Kidstar, that was kindergarten, and then class 1 to class 6 there I was in Mountain View, and then after that we moved now to Ruiru. We even moved houses and everything, and I went to Juja. I finished primary in Juja Preparatory, and then high school nikaingia elite kwa Nyahururu kwa baridi
tena plus 300.
But I only stayed there for 2 years, and then I went to Lukenya. I changed systems. I was doing the 844 system, and then I did Cambridge. Yeah. That's the age. Nikiambia TV walikuwa nasema, oh, you just want easy life.
Easy life.
It was hard. Cambridge is hard. It's not easy.
But si tunasemanga age. Ati what?
Yeah, that was my life. I've always been an outgoing person. My mom even used to call me a tomboy at some point when I was young. I just used to play with boys. I loved riding bikes and being wild. I like thrills.
Yeah. Energy.
Yeah. And then I grew up, and then I started becoming a lady.
The lady that you are.
My feminine inside started showing more, and I had to calm down.
Calm down. Brandy tomboy, calm down. Brandy girl, baby girl, come outside.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm still much the same. Very, very energetic. I love to create, and I love things that keep me excited. Yeah.
Amazing. What is that one memory from your childhood that you remember? That one memory.
Good or bad?
Good. It could be either good or bad.
My memory from my childhood probably would be, I used to do a lot of dance competitions. Pale Homeland. I don't know if they still do it, but the top 3 people would be given money, a lot of money, or you'd be given a whole weekend to play video games for free. Do you know, it was a big deal.
It's a big deal.
And then you're given chicken and chips. Where? So I remember I used to do a lot of dance competitions. That has to be one of my favorite memories when I was young. Dance competitions, and also my birthdays. My mom used to throw the best birthdays. She'd pika, she'd cook.
Mulo.
Yeah, so I feel like my memories are mostly centered around being with people or doing what I love. Yeah.
So this is so random. Did you ever want to become a radio presenter at some point in your life?
Yeah, I thought of it.
So come you be my co-host?
No, thanks.
She just said no.
It's because I don't think I talk that much.
For real?
I have my moments.
Your moments. Okay.
Yeah, when I was in Desta for a while, when we're doing radio, I was like, okay, this could be something. Hey, but you guys have to learn Sijui mixer, Sijui all there's so much.
There's so much going on. Let's talk about music. How it changed from being aspiring to be a veterinary doctor, and how a moment in primary school where a teacher pointed you, can you sing? How it changed, that moment in primary school where it all changed. Take us through that.
Oh yeah. When I was young, I've always wanted to be a vet. I love animals. Still now, I will be a vet. It's something I'm saving up for. But yeah. When I was in primary, I wanted to be a vet, and then I changed schools. When I went to this certain school, they were very open to creatives and doing a lot of arts. So I remember in class 4, I joined the school. I was new, and they're having prize giving, and the teacher on parade said, "If you have a presentation, come." And I was like, "Okay, me I do." So at that time, I used to sing in church, so at least I had like familiarity with the stage. So I remember I signed up, and he was like, "You're new. You just came a week ago, and you're
here signing up." Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went on stage, and I was singing a gospel song, but in such a sassy way.
Bring it on.
When you come to His presence, lifting up the name of
A gospel song.
A gospel song, and I was really in my
your character.
But it was so nice. I think that's what changed my life from then. I got a standing ovation. My parents were there. It was amazing. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do this. This is what I want to do.
Your parents were happy?
Yeah, my parents are very supportive. What? They're really
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parents like, you want to do music? How? And that time you were in primary school.
They used to take me for classes. They come pick me, I go for choir, church rehearsal. They're very supportive. Wow. Yeah.
Then you transitioned to Sing Africa.
Yeah, that was in Daystar.
Yeah.
I went for Sing Africa. There's a group called Sing Africa where they just would meet and read the Bible, pray, sing songs. And guys in that group had voices. Honestly, me, I was going there for the voices. I was like, I want to go and learn how are those people singing like this. And writing songs like this, and that really also really chipped into my confidence. Yeah.
Now let's talk about your creative process. Take us through your creative process as Brandy.
How I write songs.
Yeah, like how you write songs, how you come up with. I've seen you writing a song.
Oh yeah.
Hey, let me tell you. Hey, it's not that easy, guys. It's not that easy.
I feel like it changes every time, but most of what remains is I feel like I look for, first I get information, like what am I talking about, and then instrumentation, like that's a beat or a guitar, just a melody, and then execution. Now I write down the words that come into my mind, I try find rhymes. I just dwell into the beat and find melodies. Sometimes it changes, sometimes I get the melody without a beat. But most of the times, it's with a beat.
With a beat.
Or an instrument, anything, even just keys. Yeah.
And then, can I tell you something? Ta 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 ta. Brandy comes through with something. Brandy comes through with something. Ta 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 ta. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. Just messing with you, definitely. So, what inspires you to write music? Like, what inspires you?
What inspires me, other artists, that really inspires me a lot. Like I listen to an artist and I'm like, aliandikaje wimbo, like how did they get to that point where they have such melodies? And then I try it, but like not as them, as me,
as you. Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of my inspirations. Other artists, pain, anger, like just my emotions. Sometimes it's a conversation between me and a friend or someone, a situation I've gone through. Yeah, those are my main inspirations. So I would love to know which were the hardest song to write, the most hardest songs to write. The most hardest songs?
Yeah.
Wow. Now I've forgotten all my songs. Wow. Okay. Hardest.
Okay, before
Kubali, yeah. Kubali took me 2 weeks. Hey.
2 weeks.
Hey, that was a long song. Yeah, it took me 2 weeks. I think I was overthinking on the chorus, and I wanted it to be extra. But I realized this repetition thing can actually
Can work.
and it did. So yeah, Kubali was also because it was around something that was close to me. I wasn't sure. I was like, am I saying too much? As in nimeambia tu watu nilikuwa na
Nilikuwa toka yard. Nastaki my whips. You know those whips,
it was after Danger Dingy had done amazing, and I had done it with Movers. So this was my solo song.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I had pressure. So it was a bit hard for me to write Kubali, but turns out to be my breakthrough song.
Yeah. Just before you talk about your breakthrough song, there are two songs that are so dear to you, Trust and Broken. Let's talk about those two songs.
Oh, Trust.
Yeah.
Trust, I was fresh from a heartbreak.
Oh.
And I had just moved from my house to my mother's house. That's how bad it was.
It was bad.
Yeah, so I just took my mic. I had even borrowed a mic from my friend. And I had I used to play guitar a lot that time. And then the song just kind of wrote itself. Because I was just speaking out what I feel. I was like, I'm not getting married. Like, it was a very freeing song. After writing Trust, I was happy. I was feeling a bit less heavy from the heartbreak. So yeah, that's Trust. Also mixed and mastered it by myself. That's all me, man. I'm proud of that song.
I'm so proud.
And I was so young. And then Broken was like my first, like nimeenda studio for the first time. And I'm going to record this song.
Nenda kuambia venye na feel mimi I'm broke and broken,
I was broken.
So I'm going to pour to you guys.
Yeah, so I went and I wrote, and I actually Broken. I did not spend even 1 shilling to do the song. This guy from Instagram saw me really struggling. He's like, come and I record the song for free. I got the song. Some guy who was doing an internship at some videography thing, he's like, come and shoot you a video. We did that, and I was like, this song says I'm broken, I'm really doing this. So it was a blessing.
It was a blessing. I absolutely love that song, Broken, because sometimes it's just like broken. So would you say that your mental space helps you in terms of writing music?
Yes, I actually don't write songs when I am sad. Like, I can't write songs when I'm sad at all. I have to cry, feel it. Then after some days or even a day, after I have felt and sat with that emotion is when I can now put it down in a song. But when I'm sad, I know I can't write. When I'm happy, I'll write. Even when I'm happy, I can write a sad song. Like, when I'm happy, I can write. When I'm stressed, I can write actually. But it wouldn't be as good as when I'm happy. So yeah, my mental health really contributes. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. We come back to about 5 P's in your life that guide you. 5 P's.
I don't remember those.
I'll remind you.
Okay.
I'll remind you and tell me how they have impacted you.
Get an interview.
Yeah. Brandy Maina and Basman coming through with Lover Man, Lover Man, Lover Man.
So fresh.
Like your career path. I'm talking about prayer, plan, partner, and patience. Let's talk about those 5 P's.
Okay.
And how important they are in your life.
Yeah. Prayer. Prayer is important. Hey, that's the top, the one on the top of the list. I'm from a very prayerful family. My foundation in my beliefs is very deep. I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual. There's things in religion that I don't agree with, and there's things that I do. So I think I just pick what really truly means something to me and can connect me to my supreme being for me, which is God. So prayers are very important. I feel like He listens, He answers, and once I give Him what I need or ask Him to be with me, He will be with me. And then the next one is
plan.
Plan. Oh God, you have to plan. I don't know how to do things without planning. I keep time, and that needs planning.
Hey, for sure, she keeps time.
Time is money.
It is.
I just plan my day. I have this app in my phone called To-Do List that helps me plan and make sure every day I've done what I'm meant to do. and planning also in terms of my career. Like, you know, there's a season for everything in this career. I feel like if I don't plan, then I'll just be doing things. However, I can wake up today and just drop something. But you just can't drop things anymore. Well, where I'm at right now, there's things about playlisting. There's all these things that need to be done before you release a song. So you see, there's planning. Yeah, that's important. The other one is partnering. Partnering can be taken in different ways. For me in my music is, I can't do this alone. I don't do this on my own. I've partnered with an advocate. I've partnered with different people, a videographer, a photographer. We all do this. We come together and do this thing to help my career blossom.
Sure.
And in turn, we all earn. The other one is? Production in terms of content, production in terms of music, also production in terms of creating my own beats or melodies. It's important for my music career. For me to own that is very big. When someone can own, when you know, producers are really the ones behind music.
Yeah,
they
for
do
sure.
The most. So if you own your masters, oh my God, it's beautiful. So the other day I finished buying stuff for my studio. And
congratulations.
Now I'm learning. Thank you. I'm now learning production so that I could really own that bit of the music process,
the whole
for me.
thing. Yeah.
The
other one is patience.
Even me, I'm learning. Wow, it's so hard to be patient. But this industry, just, you have no choice. Hauna body. It just will make you wait. You plan something, then things don't work out and you have to wait. And also waiting also just it's not a bad thing to be patient. Things happen. Even if things are going slow, God is still working.
Sure.
You know? And it's just a matter of time when things will now fulfill their colors after you've been working hard. You just work hard and be patient. That's what I believe.
Put in the work. You have talked about patience, and I would love to know how the journey has been so far in this industry, like this music industry. How has it been for you?
It's been good and bad. These days I've cried. These days I've really cried. These days we've celebrated for days. There's times we've hit goals we wanted to achieve. There's times we've not. There's times I've had songs I thought would be a success but weren't. So it's a mix of both good and bad. But I'd say progressively the industry is turning out to be a good place for upcoming artists. And it's not the way it used to be Kitambo, for sure. And there's hope. So I feel like as much as there's hard times, I focus on the good times.
Sure.
and I maximize on all that, and I'm like, I can always do better.
So you've talked about bad days in the industry, and I would love to read a tweet that you tweeted a few, not like months ago, where you said, and I quote, "When I start doing media tours, I must talk the truth about the women in this industry who have made it so hard for other women like me to come up. I must." I'd love you to explain that the tweet.
That tweet, may I talk, man? You know, when you read that, when you're reading, I'm like, no, why was I saying Brandy? But
I'm sure there is a story behind it. Yeah.
I remember when I tweeted that, I was very sad. That's one of the days I was crying, by the way. I went out for a show, and a woman was the one in charge for like things happening during the whole day. And there's an opportunity I got to perform a certain time slot during the day. During the event that I got to perform, I talked to people who were in the lineup, and I was like, hey, could you let me perform at this time? Because I feel like my energy and what I'm bringing makes sense at this time. Guys were like, yeah, sure, it would be nice, you know. But this specific lady didn't want me to perform because they felt like I needed to go through a certain process for me to get there. You know, according to that person, bigger artists are the ones who perform at this time, not you who's coming up. Which I feel is like something, I don't know. I'll probably
Shady,
tweet
yeah.
about it.
We'll talk about it.
But yeah, I don't think that if you're an upcoming artist, maybe this is something promoters can just change. I'm just, let's be
You're just
open
saying,
minded.
yeah.
Just saying. Because you're an upcoming artist, I don't feel like you should always be the one to start a show.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could do this, me and my people. There's a show called Wazi Wazi that we do. And this is something I'd like to actually incorporate. Like, imagine if an upcoming artist is put katikati where there's people, and this artist is dope. They're dope. They've done their dues, like they're dope. All these people would discover this artist, and it would be such a nice thing. You wouldn't lose anything, you know. So I remember that day I was just like, Yani, because of this woman I can't perform,
yeah.
And this would have been so nice for me. And yeah, that's why I tweeted that. So yeah.
Do you believe in this notion where people say, and I quote, women are their own enemies? Do you feel like that notion is true?
I don't think it's fully true, because the women around me are amazing. We support each other. I've seen other people support other women. I just feel like kuna konga tuna wale watu. The bad. There's just that negative space
energy,
for some people in a whole rende, you know, like yeah. So women are really supporting each other out here. There's just few ones that are not really doing it. When I had a conversation about this with someone who was in print media, they were talking about how also for them it's hard. Women who've established themselves in that field feel like you upcoming writers need to write these small stories first for you to get here, and they kind of not give them a chance, you know. So I feel like yes, women are also accountable to why we're not unified. But it's something that's changing. It's not everyone, not every woman is like that. Yeah.
And talking about change, what is that one thing that you're doing to change this whole narrative about women being their own enemies?
First of all, I'm trying to be better. Me as a person, if I'm a better woman, I can be a better woman to another woman.
Sure.
That's the first thing. Number 2 is that I try incorporate a lot of women in my projects. My music videos has more women than men. Things that I do, I've danced with so many women. I also tell people to just send me voice notes on my Instagram. I usually respond to women who ask me, how did you begin? How did you start this? Yeah. Another thing is I really want to put out content for upcoming artists, especially women. Maybe if things go well, I don't know, maybe we could have a podcast or I just do YouTube content. But this is something I'm really passionate about, having that I'm going through a lot right now. As I come up, I want to help other people when they come up. So to say too, I'm setting foundation for how I can help.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's what Brandy is doing. What are you doing? Here is Penda by the one and only Brandy Maina featuring Umoja Sounds. If you have that money, spend it. Chop that money. We come back, talk about her first baby. Not just at the first baby. Ajay, just stick around here to find all about that and how about to be different. Before we went on that music break, we did talk about Brandy's first child.
My baby.
Hey, your baby. That's what the bloggers talks about, your baby. No. Let's talk about your first baby, Upset the Setup.
Yeah, that was my first EP. Upset the Setup. I didn't even know I was gonna do an EP that year. I had been recording songs and just leaving them, and then my friend was like, Brandy, you've been recording, so you just put them together and
give us something.
Which is not how you should be doing these things, by the way.
Should have a strategy.
But yeah, but I was like, you know what, for first let me just try, because the songs weren't even far from each other, because I was around the vibe of I just want to do things differently. And upset the setup. It was that time where guys were just saying we're copying South Africans with their Mapiano style. And I was like, I'll still do piano, but I'll Kenyanize it and make it a Brandy thing, you know. So that's what the Upset the Setup EP was about. I had piano songs, but I had made them differently, and yeah.
So
that was my first baby.
So the name Upset the Setup. Give me a story behind like the Upset the Setup.
Upset the Setup. Actually, that line I had it from Bien. Kusema tu kweli. One of his interviews. And I was like, that's dope. You know what? Me, I'm going to upset the setup. Me, I'm going to do things differently.
I'm going to do that on my piano. Do you know what? I'm doing it in a Kenyan way.
I remember after listening to that interview, I was so empowered. And then I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to call the CP. Upset the setup. And then I like the upset the setup. It's like a play of words.
Like, why not? Set up, you know? Yeah. So let's talk about Mary Jane. I know there's a story behind Mary Jane.
Mary Jane was Mary Jane was about personifying women, but also like making it I wanted to use a word that everyone knows, which is Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, yeah.
Unasikia tu Mary Jane uko like but you figure out it's actually about a woman, and I wanted to empower women in a fun, creative way. Hence the video being only women. Even the words of the song are just to like, you know, make you feel as a woman,
yeah.
That, you know, Caribbean lane, like come vibe with me, yeah.
Come vibe with me, you know. Two things are so important to you, like women and, you know, appreciating our skin, you know, appreciating our skin. Let's talk about dark skin.
Dark skin is, damn, I love that song.
We do love that song too.
Dark skin. I wrote dark skin after a week of crying in Shags. I was in Shags. It was December, and I remember that year for me was so heavy. Before going to Shags, there's a bunch of promoters that had told me, you know, you can sing, you have a nice voice, but no one would wanna see you on TV because you're dark.
What?
Yeah.
Someone.
Yeah.
A promoter.
Yeah, a promoter who's still promoting.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so they told me that. It was a man. They told me that. He told me that. And I remember feeling so bad. And I remember that gig didn't even happen. That gig that he told me that they cancelled after I got them. It was crazy. And I remember it was that thing. It was the low light of my year. But it changed everything for me. I feel like that's when I now found a purpose to my music. I was like, oh my God, I want to do this for the dark skin shorties and men who feel like their skin is a limit, is something that limits them. So I went to Shags. I cried for a week, and then I was like, gotta get up,
and work.
And then I wanted to listen to a song that made me feel like I'm the baddest dark skin ever. But there was no song like that. The one that could come close was Beyonce's, but still it was like brown skin. I was like, darkness.
Dark, yeah.
So I was like, you know what, I'll make it. So I just made dark skin. It was very easy to make that song because I had started the emotion for a while. Yeah.
I'm still shocked.
So I just want girls to feel like I'm very pro dark women being on TVs, being stars in music videos, because trust me, dark people usually feel like they're
some issue.
Yeah.
What? You know, promoters. I'm not double some of you. So I wanna know the reception of this song. Like, did you get some DMs that
dark skin?
Yeah, dark skin. What is that one DM that?
There's this one I even sent to my best friend. It was a voice note, and she was crying, like she was sobbing. She's like, Brandy, I just want, and it was in the midst of a rough week for me just the other day, and she sent a voice note and said, please don't stop music. Your words are changing my life. And I'm going through a lot right now. I don't feel pretty and all, but dark skin has made me so happy. It's all I've been listening to, and I was like, wow, oh my God, you know what? I can die now. But like, I felt really good, like to know that my words make someone else feel better
and appreciated.
Yeah. You really, it's a very good feeling.
It's a good feeling. And you know what? I want you to appreciate yourself, and that's why nataka kuchezea dark skin. We can talk about collabos.
Yeah.
Talk about collabos. A conversation was going on. Twitter was on fire.
Yeah.
Everyone was on fire. Everyone was on fire. Everything was on fire. Everything on fire. And you know what is on fire? It is dark skin, because we are on fire. And of course, it's exactly 52 minutes past 9 p.m. East African time. Brandy, let's talk about this. Let's talk about a tweet that most people misunderstood, and it went so viral.
Damn.
So, and I quote, unless it's Nyash, Kinoti, Watenda Willy, Femi, or furthermore, I'm not doing any more collaborations this year. A lot of people are out there, you know, out there. Hey, a lot of stories are out there. But I would love you as Brandy, the girl who tweeted this, to explain to the people what you definitely meant.
Okay. That tweet, first was a shock to me, because I'm always tweeting and no one cares.
Yeah.
Now they care.
Now they are caring, yeah. Like how?
Oh, so when I tweeted that, first of all, people, when I saw the comments, people are saying, "Oh, she's proud. She's proud. She feels like she's made it." I do feel like I've made it.
You have made
But
it. You have made it, guy.
Making it is up to you, whatever standard you've put for yourself. Yeah, but anyway, I was not coming from a place of pride,
Yeah.
or feeling like I'm at the same level as Nyashinsky or all this. Of course I'm not. Of course I still have a long way to go, and I know that. I was coming from a point of exhaustion and restructure. I say exhaustion because following the success of Kuna, what people don't know is once you've like attained a certain relevancy point, or you're hot in the market, everyone will use you to either get more clout or more likes, more numbers. So they just want to do a project with you.
With you, yeah.
It does not matter to them if it means something, if it's just, you know. And for me, it really matters that I collaborate with people who are in the same headspace as I am, especially on that project. So I felt like for a long time, I was doing so many collabos. What was shocking me is that, Sewa na Teta, and in just 3 months, I've done 4 collabos.
4 collabos, yeah.
Like, guys. So I felt like I was coming from a point of, I need to first identify my own sound. Isikweni tu ule dem anafanyanga collabos. Like, yes, I know I kill them, but I wanted to also do my own songs. People to know that I can stand on my own, that I don't have to stand with someone else for me to have a good song. And it wasn't coming from a place of pride. I just wanted time. I think maybe my tone is off. Naambi wangu anaongea tu. So I guess maybe that's why people got it the wrong way. But I just needed to... Also, now the second thing was restructuring. I figured that I've done so many collabos. I don't have time for myself or my EP. Like, I'm telling you, in a week, my manager would call and be like, Brandy, so-and-so wants a song with you. When are you available for studio? So-and-so wants you to write this song. When I'm like, in a week, guys, when will I write my song?
Your music, yeah.
You know? And I'm only coming up. I don't have a big team. So there's things I need to handle by myself still. There's things I need to do. I don't have someone doing for me social media or what. Ni mimi too. So I felt like I needed to pause that. I needed to be like, okay, I think we need to restructure. We need to first pause, work on your EP, and just stay away. Like, stay away from the media and all kiasi, just for you to work on your EP. So me tweeting that was just like, hey, unless it's these people that I really love. These are my big, like, I love these people. But they guys, just like leave me alone. But not in a bad way.
In a bad way.
Again, maybe it's my tone. I don't know.
You misunderstood it.
I don't know how we could work on that, but I guess people will get used to me the more I talk more. But yeah, that tweet, guys just ran with it the wrong direction, honestly. And funny thing is that artists and creatives, they got it. They were like, I imagine we understand you, do your thing. I feel like even that. So my dad, I told him, is very supportive. A lot of opportunities have presented themselves after that tweet. It's crazy. So I was calling him. I'm like, Dad, I got this and this is happening because of this tweet thing and what. He's like, you see, it's like the story of Joseph. What they thought would break you down,
We put you up. Yeah.
He's a very staunch Christian, and I was like, oh yeah, true. By the way, this is what people, guys are like, oh, now she's gonna fall because
How? Where?
So I was like, you know what, this is actually a blessing in disguise because things have opened up. I can't wait to morph into whoever I'm morphing into, so people can understand why I needed to say I don't want to do collabos. And I just said for this year, guys.
For this year. People don't understand this year. Well, money forever.
And the other day, Nyashinsky posted a video of some guy talking about how artists should be allowed to have bad days, should be allowed to have bad songs, take a break, make mistakes. Like, people were really coming at me, yet they're not even artists. You don't know what it takes for me to even do a song with someone or even by myself. And my emotional being is tied to my career. Sometimes I need to chill and I need to be away from people. I don't want to collaborate with people and I have bad vibes and I have, So there's so many perspectives people missed. And they kind of just directly went to the negative. And what makes me sad is that even other radio stations dwelled into that negativity. And I was like, really? You're the people who would have made people... I feel like radio stations would be the one avenue to make people think of different ways they could comprehend that tweet. But they were just like adding salt to injury. Yes. But yeah.
You misunderstood it. There you have it from Brandy that she said this year, like this year. And that's why your P comes in, planning. You have a plan. Like Brandy has a plan. And when you were starting, like when you were down there starting, you said you want to bring the act of collabos and unity in the industry. And I feel like you have brought it. And people like...
I've done so many collabos.
You have
like I feel done. Like someone said, Brandy, unafanya tu collabos. I only know you from collabos. And I was like, okay, we need to restructure. And also there's a season for everything. People forget. Like I've had a long seasons of collabos. I feel like now this is my season to like set foundations of my career. And once I start doing collabos, I want to do collabos, meaningful ones, not just because you're relevant in this way. Yes, I understand that the music industry, you can't just be doing collabos and with someone who's not been in the news or is relevant. The numbers do make sense.
Sure.
But at the same time, are we going to overlook the importance of why we're doing this collabo? When I hit you up for a collabo, trust me, my heart, my willingness is in it, and I want to do it not just because you're popping or because you have a good voice. It's because I feel like you're the perfect medium to send this message that I'm trying to send to the people. So once I do collabos, get back to doing... I am doing collabos, by the way.
Because on Friday.
The other day, I was with some guy who were doing collabos. I don't want to say which artist, but it's going to come out. It's nice. So I am doing collabos. I think the epitome of that tweet was just to tell people to chill.
For this year only.
For this year, just chill.
Give me that space, give me that space.
Yeah, and I feel like artists should be... People have a lot of things to say. They want to dictate. They feel like they have they want to chip in into artists' processes and career choices, yet wasi umsani, as in
you don't understand.
You know what has taken for them to get there and what they are even getting at, I really want to tell upcoming artists, write your own story. And I also feel like because Kenyans are used to, when you're an upcoming artist, do a collabos with big artists.
Big
for you to come
artists,
up.
like that's the notion, you know.
And that's what I again upset the setup. Me, I don't want to come up like that. I want to come up solo and in a different way, so that it's not, oh, she came up because she did a collabo with this person or this person. Yeah.
But you have produced big hits, like the collabos you have produced. Most of the collabos that you have done, they have become hits because of you.
Oh yeah.
For
Damn, I
real.
feel like it's because of everyone, but
For real. But
because we all chip in.
yeah, for cheap. And but definitely you're working on something, an EP.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Yes, I'm working on an EP. I don't have the name yet. But the EP is it's not far. It's not. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. I'm working with So Fresh and Kobe as my producers, and I'm excited. I don't want to say too much because again, taki kujijinx. No. Yeah, but I am working on that, and it's going to be songs just about me. Honestly, I don't know how to not say how I feel exactly in a song. So everything will be in the song. I will address a lot of things in the song. Even the whole tweet things in the songs.
Itakuwa tu songs.
Man.
Me, I cannot wait for the EP. Like, I cannot wait for the EP. I hope Ntaito listening party. I'm just saying.
Of
just
course, all of you. You do know how much I like Radio 254. You don't know. I feel I have a deep appreciation for this station because you guys have played music, not only for me, even other artists who weren't being given chance to be played on other stations. And you gave this artist a home. Like, do you know how artists go through so much to even get that recording? So for you to play it, I'm just like, this place is my home.
Well, the tissues. I'm crying, guys. We do appreciate that. Appreciate that. Since you're working on your solo project, are you getting the pressure, the fear of not like producing hits, the pressure from people, even from yourself? Like, you know, I've produced hits like Kuna, Haya. Like, are you getting that pressure and fear of when I release this album, will it be a hit? Just like the other album?
Honestly, for me, once a song is released, I've forgotten what's the next song. Let's go. So I don't have pressure. I never pressure myself. In fact, I stay away from pressure. If I feel it coming, I change something. I'm like, no, we're not gonna let this happen. So I take my time to write songs and internalize every emotion. So I don't have pressure, and my support system is very nice. They always make sure I'm in a good mental state, and I don't have pressure. Honestly, I usually don't have pressure. There's God.
There's God. Prayer.
Why?
Your P.
The Bible says, "Don't worry."
Don't worry. Just sasa. So Brandy, as we wind up, what does the future looks for Brandy?
For me,
Yeah.
the future is bright. The future looks like more dollars.
More money. We spend them.
The future is definitely bright. I'm so excited for the person I'm going to become. I feel like the more I grow as a person, my music will even morph into the being I'm becoming, and it's going to be amazing to discover. But I think I'll leave the future for God to just do that for me, to do that thing for me. I am living now in the present moment and making the best out of it for a better future.
Yeah. So Brandy, apart from the EP, do you like spend like a album hivi?
Apart from the EP?
Yeah.
Kusema tu kweli EP tu ndio nawapea.
Don't expect.
Because it's a compilation of like 67 songs.
How much? How many?
A compilation of 67 songs. Yeah. So, and from those songs, I want to do music videos. So, I feel like the whole year we'll be doing a lot. Yeah. By the time I'm doing an album, I want to do an album and for it to do amazing. Like for people to listen. I don't want to do like 14 songs and it's just me and my mom and my dog.
And Gikosh.
And Gikosh. Yeah.
For sure, yeah. I mean.
Yeah, so for now, EP slowly, because I've not done another EP. I've only done one. So this is like to even test like my growth and how better my sound, my production has become.
Your production. Do you hear her production? Hey, me, I cannot wait for the EP. Me, I cannot wait for the EP. But right here, we play a game. It's called number
God.
game. Are you ready?
No.
Please be ready. So, are you ready?
Okay, what tell me about the game?
It's just like mentioning like 4 things, EV, you know?
4 things like
4 things, 3 things, or just like acts.
Okay.
So let me start. 5 things that you cannot leave the house without. Yeah.
Clothes. My phone. Tissue. ID or passport. What else can I charger.
Charger. We are twins. Man, we are charger.
Yeah.
4 artists that you absolutely love.
Oh God, that's such a small number.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just give me 4.
4 artists that I absolutely love. Thames,
yeah.
Dami Oniru. I probably know you guys would know these people, but yeah. Thames, Dami Oniru, Yaya, Watendawili. I love Watendawili. Who else? Rema. Oh, I love Rema. Yeah.
Those. 3 food that you absolutely love.
Okay.
And Femi One. And Femi One. Kwanza Femi One yako kwanza huko.
I love Femi One.
3 food that you absolutely love.
Food.
Yeah.
Wow. Chicken.
Marinate.
I love chicken. I love salads. I'm a sucker for salads. What else do I like? I love chapati or naan. Hizo tu vitu. Yeah.
Okay. 2 moments that you're proud of as Brandy.
Wow. When I got my first award, I was very proud of that. I got Best New Artist in 2020 for Danger Dingy. I was very proud. And the same year, I still got an award from Daystar, Rising Star. So just getting awards, I was proud of that. Number 2 is investing in my studio. That was like a big moment for me.
Congratulations. Before I ask that last question, I'm sure there is a small Brandy out there who want to be like Brandy. What is that advice that you would give him or her?
I'd say don't be like Brandy, first of all. She's a hot mess. But I'd tell an upcoming or like someone who wants to sing, make music, create, that you have to understand who you are, accept who you are, and then now manifest who you want to become and be that person. Work hard. You can't be sleeping 24/7 and expecting things to change. You have to get up. You actually have to get up and do the work. You have to. And when it begins, it might look like it's not moving. Things are not moving. But they are. Just keep doing it. Consistency is very important if you want to, become a better musician. You have to, spend a lot of time on your craft. I spend so much time writing. I'm such a loner, by the way. I spend so much time writing, just vibing, trying to make myself better. And yeah, find a purpose. Why? Find the why in your brand. Get it, Brandy?
Get
Find
it.
the why in your brand.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, but find the why in your brand. Why?
Yeah,
why
wow.
are you doing this? Why do you want to become like Brandy or like whoever? Why?
Why?
Go for it.
That why in Gikosh, that why
Yeah.
in Brandy, that why. You guys. Oh my God, this was such an honor having you, Brandy.
Yeah, it was
I absolutely
amazing.
love you. I'm such a fan. I love your music. I love everything about Brandy, guys. So that one last question. What is that one thing that you love Brandy Maina to be remembered for?
Wow, that's deep. Actually, what's that one thing I want to be remembered for?
Yeah.
Wow. I want to be remembered for making even the coldest of hearts feel something.
That's something.
Yeah. That's what I want to be remembered for. Like, her music was so deep that... Okay, deep is... No, not deep. Her music did
touching,
something. Yeah, like,
touching.
even if it's one word that just makes you feel. I just want people to feel. I want people to feel and not... I'd like for people to feel more than judge. So, yeah. I just feeling...
Amazing. Oh my goodness, Mama, I made it. I interviewed Brandy Maina right here on Radio 254. Asante sana.
Thank you for having me.
Asante. You guys make sure to check her out on our streaming platforms at Brandy Maina. Umesikia EP inakuja na mimi naenda listening party. Are you going?
I love it.
Sika launch itakuwa hapa, you never know. Inaweza kuwa hapa kwa show yangu, si sasa ibodi za kwa show yangu. You never know. That was such a pleasure having Brandy Maina in the studio. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. More gigs. I cannot wait to come and dance. You guys. Yeah. Make sure that you follow Brandy Maina at Brandy_Maina on all social media platforms. How about I see you guys tomorrow from 4 p.m. ile masaa yangu sasa, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Vibes on vibes. But how we wind up is by Mary Jane. This is going to all the women. To all the women. Would you give us a calico of something? Like
Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Okay. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Caribbean lane to chasing a Mary Jane. Chasing a Mary Jane to chasing a Mary Jane. Caribbean lane, cause I really like the way your music is insane.
Wow, you guys, tuonane siku ingine ya soko. But for now, Mary Jane by Brandy Maina coming through right here on Radio 254. Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you for having me as well.